Welcome back to the Mallorca Save, episode 2 of season 5, the final season here at Mallorca. Yesterday was an interesting day, wasn't it? With episode 1 and all of your feedback, thank you for that. And also the European Super League stuff. There was a video put up on the channel off the cuff yesterday morning. If you want to go and check that for my immediate gut reaction on what the European Super League is and shouldn't be, then feel free to go and check that video out. I'm not going to delve into it too much more unless there's further developments. As of recording, there haven't been any further developments. There might be in the next 24, 48, 72 hours. We'll just have to wait and see. So let's concentrate in this save on the FIFA and what we're looking to do. Now, I said I wanted a centre-back and a goalkeeper. Now, there was a popular scenario that kept popping up and something I hadn't even considered. Whilst we had a look at some of our previous players and how they'd grown, there was a genuine call to bring Casas back at right back and move Onyeka to centre back, which I think I might well do. I have a number of names on the shortlist. Obviously, it's been added to since we had the last video go live. Obviously, the usual suspects are on there, like Lunin, and we may even potentially go for a 38-year-old Manuel Neuer in goal. I mean, the only reason his overall is 86 and not slightly higher is because his kicking is 62. But his goalkeeping stats are excellent. And he's not going to be getting first-team football at Bayern anymore at 38. And, well, that would be pretty remarkable, wouldn't it, if we could bring him in? With regards to centre-backs, I added Unai Nunez to those that we already had on the list. I was kind of leaning towards signing Spanish talent in the centre-back role, and the majority of the suggestions weren't Spanish. So, I mean, I asked for Spanish, you gave me non-Spanish. It's kind of your fault, really. Sorry. So, Unai Nunez was really the only other available decent Spaniard that could be added to the list. Wait and see what Eric Garcia's overall rating is, but judging by those stats, I don't think it's going to be that good. Pau Torres is probably the go-to still. If we decide to sign a centre-back, if we can't get Casas in, he apparently could play at centre-back too, but at 5'9", I'm certainly not going to be playing him at centre-back, but he's a ridiculous player. Has grown even more so since we let him go, and I'm open to try and bring him back, as you have requested. So I'll try and get that deal done first. And depending on how much money we've got left after that, depends on what we do from there. So, I can't even recall what it was we let him leave for. I'll offer valuation, and we'll see what Bayern say. 177 is what they say. No, I'm not giving you 177 million pounds for a right back. I mean, I shouldn't really be giving you 120. Don't you dare stick to 177, because that would really kind of end any hope I had of actually bringing Casas back. 130 million for a right back is pretty stupid anyway. Oh no, look, they've dropped by 30 million pounds. Well done. A little bit of negotiation. I nearly offered them more then. A little bit of negotiation actually works and gets you a sale. I mean, they might not want to sell him, but 138 they'll accept. I just paid 138 million pounds for a right back. What are you making me do? This is your doing. What's he on a week actually at Juve? 135,000 pounds. As such is, well, I mean, we're only here for one more season, so his overall release clause doesn't actually matter, does it? I'll give him crucial, because, well, if he's 90 rated, he's going to be in the starting lineup every week, isn't he? So, 5-year deal, that doesn't matter. Wage-wise, you can have whatever you want. Release clause-wise, sure, you can have a release clause of 301 million, pal. That's not a problem whatsoever. And you're willing to halve your wages? Get in the club. Welcome back, Ismael Casas. He is a Mallorca player once again, meaning that Onyeka moves to centre-back and Bella Kotchap will drop to the bench and Casas will go back into the starting lineup. Now, it's only going to take 2 weeks to train Onyeka as a centre-back. His jumping isn't the best, but I'm hoping that we could perhaps train that, and also that... Oh, wrong one. Also that... is his jumping going to get trained with that? It is. That the pace will make up for the lack of jumping. 2 weeks. So that's that defensive move. That's what you asked of me. That's what I've delivered. Sell on fee received. I've received a sell-on fee for the man that I sold and bought back. So I've actually saved £5.5 million on that. Pretty sure that wouldn't happen in real life. I kind of null and void the sell-on fee if I was the one that bought him back. Never mind. Thank you, game. We'll have that £5 million back. Now, the decision that we need to make next is goalkeeper. Saith Alonso has been very good against us. His reflexes are only 74, though, so that takes him off my list, really. Unai Simon is the highest rated at 86, alongside a 33-year-old David De Gea, whose kicking is 78, his positioning's only 81, his handling's only 81, which makes him less attractive. Wait and see what Lunin looks like. I don't know if he's been getting first-team football for Real. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Courtois is still there, so Lunin is an option. I would have liked Spanish, but with a 38-year-old Neuer who is exceptional still, I kind of can't ignore that, really, can I, in the situation we find ourselves in? Although Unai Simon is probably just as good and has better kicking. So maybe we go for Unai Simon. But if I go for Neuer, it would mean I'd have more money available for other deals if there was something else we wanted to do. You're welcome, you're welcome. Glad we agree, glad we agree. And what have we got here? Eric Garcia, scout report on Philip Jurgensen. Jurgensen is 74 rated. I am sorry, son. You ain't good enough. And Eric Garcia is 82. I am sorry, son. You ain't good enough. Eric Garcia is a no-go for us as well. Although, in theory, Onyeka has now filled that centre-back gap. So, I'm going to go and wait for that scout report to come back on Lunin, and then we'll make a decision for goalkeeper. And I think the business might be done relatively sharpish this year, or at least in this window. Then we'll have to wait and see how much money we've got left for January when that comes around. Barcelona have shown an interest in Moussa Djenepo. £38.5 million is nowhere near what I would want for him. He's been a great servant for us, but he's not in the starting lineup anymore. That would mean that I'd have to perhaps rely on some of the youth players a little bit more. But I don't know if I want to sell him to a direct rival. If they give me... Well, this is perhaps a bad decision. But if they give me upwards of 50 million, I can't really deny them the chance to sign Moussa Djenepo. He's 82 rated. Oh, they've really not come in with much more there at all, have they? Come on. He's 82 rated. Whilst he's very effective, I could probably do better, but I'm not going to get the chance to do better. And Evan Ndicka's had a bid from Napoli, but he will start alongside Onyeka as my starting centre-back. I don't want to lose Evan Ndicka from my starting lineup. So I would be open to selling Djenepo, even though he was great for us last year. Another bid for Djenepo, this time from Atleti, so very popular with regards... Other sides in our league obviously made an impression last season. Now, will Diego say... What have they got player swap-wise? That wouldn't happen, would it? That's just me dreaming. Would you be open for a straight swap for Luis Diaz? Let me take literally just a straight swap if you're up for it. 85 rated player for an 82 rated player. Oh. Okay, let's try something else. Have they got any like left or right mids? No, I guess they still come under... Yeah, they still come under wingers. I don't want Miejo. I don't want an ageing Douglas Costa. They won't give me Rafinha. It'll be money only then for Barcelona. Not Barcelona, for Atleti, if they'll give me it. Will you give me it? The answer will be... Absolutely not. Okay. We'll keep Djenepo then. Fair enough. That was easy enough done, wasn't it? Onyeka's position change is complete. He will now swap to a centre-back. And while still only being 83 rated, he's still going to be very, very important for us. Sweeper or stopper? Probably stopper. To improve his strength a little bit more. Sweeper does more for defensive stats. Stand tackle's more important though. Or decision. Let's go stopper. It's going to be more important that he's just strong in the tackle than it is him actually being better on the ball with improving his dribbling stats and being a sweeper. So we'll go for stopper. But he's now a centre-back, Onyeka, and hopefully will be a very solid one for us. If he doesn't perform well in the first half of the season, out he goes, and we'll get a new centre back in, and we have those on the list that we could go for. I've loaned out another couple of youngsters. Avila, one of the Avilas, has actually gone permanently to Schalke, so that's something to keep you updated with. A Dominguez transfer for 26 million from Watford. No. Right, RG Lunin, how good are you? 82. That's not really what I'm after. I want someone better than that. Sorry, Lunin, but I think you're going to go off the shortlist as well. So, with regards to goalkeeping spot, I need to get something done before the start of the season. Lunin is going to be a no-go. I will try for Unai Simon then. We'll try and get... yeah, go on. I said I wanted Spanish. I'll go for Spanish before I go for someone like Neuer. We'll offer a transfer fee, and we'll offer them, in fact, just undervaluation. We'll try and be cheeky, save a bit of money if we can for January. Not going to get the opportunity to do that by any chance, am I? Yikes. They want quite a bit more than I was hoping that they would. I'll come up by a chunk. Will you come down by a chunk? They're so stubborn. I know I can be stubborn at times, but I'm the one making the decision when I'm stubborn, and the AI just are refusing to budge from 77 million. I don't want to pay 77 million! 60. Are you going to budge at all? Oh, we'll think about it and then we'll tell you no. Lazio, come on. Just let me have him, for Christ's sake. Ugh. Fine, I shall report back to you when I find out when they've rejected that offer. Which, hey, look, they rejected it and it's happened immediately and they want 77.4. Have some negotiation. If you just keep saying the same number again, that doesn't count as negotiation. That's just a broken record. 77.4. 77.4. 77.4. No! Fucking hell. I'm really about to pay £65 million for Unai Simon. Maybe. I can't remember what my last offer was. I might actually be no, it wasn't below what I offered before because now they've accepted it. Oh, honestly. Right, come on then. Brand new 86 rated goalkeeper would certainly make a difference for us in our attempts to try and win the treble in this final season. I know a lot of you are looking forward to the youth-only road to glory starting after this save, but I hope you give this series a final hurrah and show your support throughout the course of this final 5th season. I mean, why all of the players would take half their wages is beyond me, but some of the negotiations in FIFA, little bit questionable, aren't they? Really? Yes. But never mind. Unai Simon is in, and the starting lineup is a lot stronger. Casas back at right back, Onyeka in at centre back, Simon in goal, and Asensio out on the left. Good. We are ready for the season. Let's go and play some football. Right, on the opening day of La Liga season, Bilbao stand in front of us. Michail Antonio up top alongside Luis Muriel. Balde on the right still. Luis Javier Suarez on the left still. Malacia at left back. Chris Mepham at centre back. And Acapa still at right back. Unai Lopez in the midfield. He was a player we looked at potentially signing at centre back if it's the same Unai Lopez. Let's have a look. It is. He's a centre back. And we're looking to... we had him on my shortlist. That's odd. Oh well. Debuts for Marco Asensio and for Unai Lopez, and a second debut for Ismael Casas. Back at the club at your request. He's in. Will we win? And through the gap, fired nicely to Cucho. Insua looking for Cucho again. I'm going to dummy that. That's worked beautifully. Come on, Robertone, push forward. Get the ball. Somehow managing to keep it. Casas to Robertone. And Cucho, I've got the space to shoot. Not got the space to shoot. Insua does so. From the edge of the box. Brilliant save by Leo Jardim. Leaping away to make the stop. Cross coming from Robertone. Cucho's up. It will fall to Medina, who'll clear. But Kubo's underneath it. And the danger will continue if Ndika doesn't just run straight through my own man. Thank you. Oh, trying to find Cucho, but Mepham does brilliantly. Used to playing in red and black. Not necessarily the white, though, Chris Mepham, formerly of Bournemouth. But playing here in Spain. And so far, keeping his clean sheet. Unai Lopez. Gimme. Thank you. He did give me. Right, Kubo on the breakaway. Malacia's very fast, but Kubo's grown in his pace stat since last season. I just need someone to give it to in the middle. Ugh, there isn't anyone yet. Insua's arriving. No! Oh, Leo Jardim determined to keep the clean sheet. That's gone out for a throw, not a corner. It's a ridiculous save. Kufre with the throw into Asensio. Back to Sheriff Bay. On his... Oh. Oh! Oh. I was hoping he'd take that on his left. He didn't. He spooned it with his right. Vencedor. Bay unfairly standing in and taking the ball away from the man. Luis Javier Suarez will line up for the free kick. Something from the training ground maybe. Muriel is going for goal. Unai Lopez at full stretch, but didn't need to be as the ball went over the top of the bar. That's Bilbao's best effort so far. We've had a couple of opportunities ourselves, but haven't been able to take the lead yet. Hernandez gets away from their number 6 there, and I'll look for Insua here. Try and catch the defender out by the direction at which I was going to burst with my first touch, but that hasn't worked. And Unai Lopez will break forward now. I'm having second thoughts about whether that was the Unai Lopez I looked at earlier, or whether it's a different man. I'm going to have a look at my shortlist. I think it's the same guy. If I've been mistaken, there's a separate Unai Lopez that plays at centre back, as well as the Unai Lopez that plays in centre mid. Then fair play. I've made a mistake. Let's be honest, is more likely. Looking for... I'd underplayed that. I was looking for Asensio in space on this left-hand side, but couldn't be found. 10 minutes to go till half-time. We're locked at 0-0 for now, but both sides look dangerous in this first half. That hopefully will go out. It won't. And Mame Balde look to try and build something else for Bilbao here. And a Kappa inside to Vencedor. They battling hard, not able to get it off him, but they've made the mistake and gifted possession back to us. And now we'll come away on a counter. Dear me, this is getting a bit end-to-end, isn't it? We'll look for Asensio here. Ball not quite weighted well enough, though. And I see the runner, Robertone, then. If he keeps it going, he could be in. Oh, I wish you'd shot with your feet. Let it drop. Volley it, pal. We've got the corner, so he could still score. But I was hoping he was going to volley that. Onyeka could be underneath this. Leo Jardim punches well, and Michael Antonio will bring it down. And Bilbao survive our wave of oppression at the end of the first half. Could go either way still, this one. But we, at least I feel like we're the stronger side. Up we go. Decent header by Bay. Down to Asensio. Look at the run by Robertone. Desperate to get forward. Kubo's making the move. I'll actually go to Cucho. And here's Insua. Oh, nearly the footwork I needed to get away. Nearly. Unai Lopez forward into Luis Muriel. Bilbao trying to do something against us here. Marcos Llorente has moved from Atleti to Dortmund. There have been some other big deals in this window outside of our one for Casas. As of kickoff, it was the biggest deal so far in this window, but there was another that was very close to it. That being Bukayo Saka from Tottenham. Arsenal's former player. From Tottenham to Bayern, I think it was, where he ended up. Driven out to Kubo here. Desperate to try and get this first goal. Looking for Asensio out wide. Ball taking its time and finding him. Into Bay. Insua. Looking for Kubo. Have I forced him too far wide? I have. Leo Jardim makes another very good save, although the angle was against me. Oh, jeeps. That's perfectly in behind for Luis Javier Suarez here. Onyeka trying to close him down. He can't. Unai Simon makes a good save. Comfortable enough. At a decent height for him, not too far away from him. Michael Antonio goes off. And they make a change, bringing on Ike Muniain in the midfield. Presumably, Muniain won't be as a striker. He's more of a winger slash central attacking midfielder. Onyeka just getting to that in time. Come on, Gineppo. We nearly sold you on a couple of occasions, but can you provide something that gives us victory on opening day? Not yet. They're making a change. That was Luis Muriel going off for them. Gineppo back here to Dominguez. Looking for Kubo. It won't quite reach him, though. Unai Lopez looking to get it away. And as time ticks away, that might be all she wrote for this one. Looks like it's to be a 0-0 draw. That's not a foul. He's just fallen over. He's thrown himself to the ground there. That's a dive. Time is ticking away for both sides to try and get a winner here. But Asensio could be involved in something. Or... Oh, no! Oh, just not acting on instinct to try and get those balls through the gaps. At the most vital of times are now going the other way. It will be them scoring or the full-time whistle. And it may well be them scoring. Berenguer. Evan Ndicka with a block of dreams at the near post. Unai Lopez to deliver the ball into the middle. And from the corner. Ndicka's there again. Kubo will pump clear, and that will be game. Well, that was a bit more dramatic at the end than I thought it was going to be. A 0-0 draw against Athletic Bilbao away from home. And, well, the drama's back, La Liga's back, and we are back in action. We've got a Sims game in between this and the game against Atletico Madrid, I think it was, at the end of the month. If there's anything else to bring from you transfer-wise, I will bring it. But for the time being, maybe interesting Lopez, Pau Lopez, that's fine. Player injured, 5 days for Evan Ndicka. He'll be fit again for the next game. That's not a problem. Right. Was that the same Unai Lopez that I had on my shortlist as a... Oh, it was Unai Nunez. Not Unai Lopez. Too many Unais. Valladolid also drew on their opening day. Oh, like you can see Tiro Immobile there on the right-hand side. I've just noticed going to Juventus for £26 million. That sees him leave to Atletico Madrid that he was at previously, I think. We should win this. And we have done, but only just. Although we were, I guess, 2 goals to the good until Tony Villa got 1 back for them. Cucho with the second and third after Takefusa Kubo gave us a 1-0 lead. Real Madrid beat Atleti in the first Madrid derby of the season. And we find ourselves now up into second. Although, obviously, we've played that game early because everybody else below us is still having only played 1. There have been a lot of big deals so far this window, as you can see there. So... Alcaraz deal, whilst it does stand out slightly, doesn't stand out massively against everything else that's happening in this window right now. Up next for us is Atletico Madrid at the end of the month. Whilst all of the other games have been played, you can see there that we are in 5th. Atleti are in 7th. So it's, well, any game against Atletico Madrid is always going to be a top-of-the-table tussle. And our top-of-the-table tussle... What? Barcelona? Have I just completely lost my mind? Has it always been Barcelona? I could have sworn it was Atletico Madrid on the 31st. I'm a moron. Fair enough. Barcelona then coming up now as we get an offer for Verdejo, which we will reject. An offer for Cufré from Barcelona, which we will reject. Thank you very much. Right, match is rescheduled. Maybe... No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All I know is all I know for sure now is that I've got Barcelona next. Barcelona line up as follows. With Martial at striker, not on the bench this time. Insigne out left and Trincao out right still. Frenkie de Jong now pushed slightly further forward and Giovanni Lo Celso is in that CDM spot with Bentancur on the right of the 3. Firpo, Longley, De Vries and Pereira ahead of ter Stegen. Now slightly different looking Barcelona side than we've become accustomed to in this save, but still one that is... there for the beating, certainly, if we can raise our game. To Longley as they try and build from the back here, Barca, and then they go for it. Frenkie de Jong forward to Martial. Need to stop diving into challenges. Bentancur. I didn't press anything there. He dove into that challenge on his own. Trincao. Nice little flick. Bentancur. That time I did dive in, and I didn't get there, and they will take the advantage in the free kick. Indeed they do. Giovanni Lo Celso from the edge of the box. Can he replicate Leo Messi? Trincao leaves it. It will be Lo Celso. He can replicate Leo Messi. Barca 1, Mallorca 0. And one thing I can't remember if I've addressed this before. There's been a lot of call in the comment section numerous times for me to put a man on the post when the AI have a free kick like that. I refuse to do that because if I do that, it 99.9% of the time guarantees that they won't score. And that's more unrealistic than me conceding some free kicks from that sort of range. Some of those free kicks get saved, some of them go wide, some of them go in. But if I put a man on the line, I absolutely will not concede. And that, I don't rate. I think that's worse. It's more realistic if we give the AI the opportunity to score a banging free kick. Otherwise, you'd never see a free kick goal scored because there's always a man on the line that would clear it, which I don't think is right. Insua is in behind here. We could have an immediate fight back. Indeed, we do. What a finish. Wow. Federico Insua doesn't want to celebrate with Kubo. He wants to run straight to the camera and get all of the praise for himself, which, to be fair, he deserves after that. We have ourselves an equaliser immediately. De Jong. Oh. Cheeky little back heel to Longley. Driven forward to Lorenzo Insigne. Here's Frenkie de Jong again. Across to Lo Celso and in behind to Lorenzo. It's just hit him. Excellent footwork and football from Lorenzo Insigne there. Terrible footwork and football from me. Yikes, I can't take the piss out of them if I'm going to make worse mistakes, can I? Martial. Ah, I thought I could get there. Couldn't. Martial's still going. The Frenchman knocks Casas off his feet. Simon with the dive to ensure that he doesn't concede another. Corner to come in from Lo Celso on that far side as Barcelona press to go in front again. Which they might do still and have done. What a header from Anthony Martial. Barcelona 2, Mallorca 1. Need a replay of that. That was an outrageous header. To get that power, that distance, and that perfection. That level of perfection on the header. It's one of the best headers we've seen. It was Kubo he was up against, but the leap. That was Ronaldo-esque. In a Barcelona shirt from a Frenchman. Well, I don't know as we'll get an equaliser as quickly as we did last time. So I shall cut for you here, but you never know. Maybe we'll still get one before half-time. Nice tackle by Kufre on Lo Celso. Kuche, make me run, please. One I can use. I think he was offside. He was. It's an excellent finish. But I couldn't play the ball to him quickly enough. I was waiting for him to commit left or right of the two defenders stood in front of him. And he didn't. He just went straight through the middle, which I wasn't expecting. So I delayed with the pass. And then by the time I committed, when I saw what he was doing, it was too little, too late. We could have been level, but we're not. Trincao played in over the top. Cuts that back nicely. And Bentancur has options. One of which is Martial. Brilliant save by Unai Simon. The reactions of the man there to get down to that. Destined for the bottom corner. And he's just got a big toe to it. Lo Celso will take the corner short here to Lorenzo Insigne. And I'll try and get it off him and go on some sort of counter-attack. But he's held me off. Bentancur finds Martial, who's been the man of the game for Barcelona. That is for damn sure. Lorenzo Insigne trying to find some space to get a cross in. But can't do it. Frenkie de Jong will continue to try. I'm trying to get it off them. Good at keeping the ball. Good at keeping the ball. Good at scoring the goals. It's 3-1 to Barcelona. And I need to learn to talk and how to play football. Martial finds Bentancur. Still going here. Rodrigo Bentancur, but Ndicka steps in. Oh, Asensio gives the ball away, though. It's a loose pass. Bentancur again up against my defence. Again, my defence stands strong. How Martial's come away with that, I'm not sure. But he has buried it. And Ndicka's chested that down. But then hasn't been able to take another touch as Martial steps in. To be fair, seeing by the replay, it was a heavy touch from Ndicka's chest. Martial just has the acceleration to get to it first. Anthony Martial has a hat-trick, and he is single-handedly putting us to the sword here. It's not the start to the league season that we'd hoped for, or that we needed. Thankfully, there's a long way to go in this season, though. Evidently, I just need to get myself a little bit more experience with some of the new players we have in the side, and learn to play a little bit differently. But I've definitely been outplayed today, that is for damn sure. Asensio, can't get that out of his feet quickly enough. And Ricardo Pereira even, steals it away from him. Martial will look to build again as they maybe will find a fifth. We're certainly not going to get anything from this. This time Ndicka's chest works. Oh, dearie me. This is not what we needed. Whilst things are going the right way off the pitch, which is more than can be said for real life right now, on the field, we're just not quite working it the way that we know we can. Kucho's made a good run, but the pass isn't really good. Kubo needs a teammate to find. Kucho needs a teammate to find. Robertone needs the goal to find, and he has one. 4-2. Probably a little bit too little too late, but we'll give it a go. Inside to De Vrij. Frenkie de Jong. Into Pedri. They've made changes. I've made changes too. Brought on Djenepo on the left, and actually young Suleiman in the midfield at Cam ahead of Insua, who's just, well, he was dead on his feet really, ran out of all stamina. Martial has been the man of the moment though in this game. Well and truly the man of the moment. Junior Firpo into Lo Celso. Barcelona proving that despite all of the progress we've made, there is still work to be done if we want to consider ourselves the best in La Liga. Plenty of work to be done. And it won't be a case of walking the league. It's still going to be very competitive here in La Liga. It's still going to be a challenge, and one that we hope that we can rise to over the course of a full season. Unai Simon has been brilliant despite conceding 4 goals. They will have the opportunity to potentially score a 5th, from this corner. Giovanni Lo Celso will deliver it into the middle. And it doesn't matter what happens now. We're definitely losing. Oh. We don't need to see another corner, do we, ref? Look at the nature of the game. Look at the time on the clock. Just blow your whistle. Thank you. You could have done that before us. Saved us all 30 seconds of our lives. Anthony Martial deserves that match ball, though. He was exceptional today, and I have to hold my hands up to the better man and to, on the day, the better team. I could only create 2 chances in the whole game. We scored them both, but I could only score, or only create 2 to then score them both. So, not the best of starts to the La Liga season, but we will go forward and upwards from here. It's the only thing we can do, really, isn't it? Nothing much happening on deadline day so far. Atletico Madrid very busy though, as you can see. £155 million spent, £161 million made, and it's been a very quiet deadline day for us. Nobody's showing any interest in any of our players at this stage. The Champions League group has been drawn, and I'm intrigued to see who we have. We'll find out at the end. This might be the first ever transfer deadline day where I've had no emails about any of my players at all. It is indeed. That's the quietest transfer deadline day of all time. So the biggest deals in this window... Actually, I'll do that when we look at all of them, considering I don't need to compare them with other windows. So Bilbao signed Mepham this window, and he got a clean sheet against us. They've done a little bit of business. Atleti, Ziyech, Pogba and Brooks in, with Llorente, Sanchez and Vallejo out. Osasuna actually spending £50 million, which is unlike them. John Stones, Ruiz, Dest and Silva leaving Barcelona, but they were still strong enough to batter me. Getafe have spent and made 50 million. Saith Alonso has left them, though. We'll wait and see what happens to their goalkeeping position now. Granada spending £80 million. Lol. Levante spending 25. Real Sporting spending 28 or so. Valladolid doing minimal business. Celta spending a little bit and making a little bit more. Espanyol, I mean, we've gotten to the point, evidently, where sides have infinite amounts of money. Real Madrid make 213 but spend 172. Gedikli, Almada, Casso, Jones, Shaw, Rainier, Casemiro, Sanchez, Immobile and Bernat. Oh, it was Real Madrid, not Atletico Madrid, that Immobile left to go to, is it Juventus? Brewster, Rodriguez de Silva and Lejalt in at Sociedad with Talisca, Ismaili. Not sad to see the back of Talisca, that's for sure. Out there. Sevilla, Trippier in. Castagna and Golovin. Acuna going out. As Valencia, Jimenez, Lookman and Martin Corral with Juan Foyth going out. Villarreal, Palacios, Munoz, Fredetsky and Monsalvo. And that rounds out the window. Well, I'm relatively pleased with what we've done so far. We do have... Now you bid for Ndicka. £64 million Barcelona. No, thank you. I know they've just beaten us, but we still fancy ourselves as one of the best sides in the league. We finished second last year and could quite easily have won the league. So as things stand, we are 10th, but we're not far off the top of the table, so there's still a long way to go. Let's show you the biggest transfers in this window, or in this save so far this season then. Those being our own Casas in from Juventus, back from Juventus, Saka to Bayern, Llorente to Dortmund, Jimenez to Valencia, Almada to Real Madrid. What's he valued at now? Oh, sorry, rated at now. 85 for Thiago Almada. Alexander Isak from Arsenal to Liverpool, Lucas Hernandez to Napoli, or Luca Hernandez to Napoli, Casemiro to Spurs. Pleased to see the back of him for Real Madrid. Goncalves to Arsenal, Moise Kean to Watford, Locatelli to Arsenal, Pogba to Atleti as we saw, Unai Simon to me of course, Mazraoui is Juventus' replacement for Casas, Renato Sanchez to Atalanta, Herrera to Leverkusen, Hudson-Odoi from Burnley to PSG, lol. Serginho Dest to Chelsea from Barcelona, Saul has gone from Liverpool to Juventus, Kudus to Hoffenheim, who's finally left Ajax, 86 rated now, hell of a player. Jonathan Bamba's gone to Roma. And Nasiri to Brighton. Macias to Wolves. Højbjerg's gone to Manchester United. I mean, anything else here of any real interest? Koke from PSG to Liverpool. Luca Digne to Hertha Berlin. Luke Shaw was PSG to Real Madrid. Saith Alonso went to Leipzig. Ziyech from Chelsea to Atleti. Tomori from West Brom to Frankfurt. Busy window, but one that we have minimal funds left over from, actually. if we are to do anything in January, it will be to sell to buy. But to be honest, we've got some players that are worth a hell of a lot of money that if we want to sell to buy, we know that we can do for significant sums of money. For now, though, that will be all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We will be better in the league tomorrow, I promise you. Our Champions League group is Galatasaray, Dortmund and Salzburg. A progressible group, absolutely. Join me tomorrow for more. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. And I'll see you tomorrow for that next episode. And maybe another stream too. Ta-da.